Hello. Oh, sorry.
Hi, my blades of the Yantas, starting with someone who's incredibly excitable, Kaz.
Hashtag not ranges.
Hello,
Ranger.
I'm Kaz, the DM. I'm an artist, a streamer, and I'll be playing the White Ranger. Sorry, hashtag not Rangers.
Cool. Whose name is DC. Next up.
Let's forget.
Yes. And next up, the man with a million voices, many of them from anime. Let's hear it for Tan.
Most of them from anime. Hello, hello. I will be playing Rajiv once again and will be very upset at every single one of these kids.
Nice. And don't forget, he is the black blade of the Yanta.
I am indeed.
Next up, we have Aziz. Talk to us.
Hello, Aziz. Hi. I'm playing Garima, the purple blade of the Yanta. Hashtag not a ranger, and I'm excited.
Yeah. So excited. Next up, we have someone who's just brimming with excitement. The old goat himself, Nikhil.
Hi everyone. I don't know why I went with that hey auntie mood, but yeah. So hi everyone. So my name is Nikhil and I'm doing the wonderful role of Otto Druva, who is the Kaki Yanta. Hashtag not a ranger. So there we go.
Fantastic. And if you call that auntie, you will get slapped. Let's hear it from Maitri.
That's true. My name is Maitri. I make videos on YouTube about the behavioral and fun engagement stuff about tabletops, not system specific stuff. And today I'm playing Alicia, the deep pink crimson blade of the Yanta, hashtag not a ranger, and very excited to make Raju's hair even more gray.
He's gonna need some dye to stop being the gray blade of the Yanta.
He has become the grey.
Black, yeah.
We have a few announcements before we get started. First up, we want to say that the digital giveaway for the Radiant Citadel. We have a winner for the digital giveaway. It's Chindividual from Horde of Tales. And congratulations on winning. Get in contact with us, or we'll get in contact with you. But well done. But we have even more news. We are going to be doing a physical giveaway of the Radiant Citadel for our Indian fam very soon. More details are coming. Stay tuned to our subscribe to our Twitter, and of course join the Discord server so you can find out when it's happening. And also, we have a GM roundtable happening. This is really exciting for the 19th to the 22nd at 9:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. We're going to have awesome panelists from all over. It's going to be great. You do not want to miss this. We talk about all kinds of different parts of GMing, like picking the system, managing players, creating a story. It's all going to be great. All those days are going to be good fun. And another big announcement that we have is, we miss Indrani. We want Indrani to come back as soon as she can. We know she's having a great time, but we miss her. And we definitely feel that, and we have not been pressured into saying that. But something these guys have been pressured into is they're going to form part of a little song and dance, a little project I call Screenplay. All right, everybody. Yeah. So, Start Playing Games, our sponsor for Blades of the Yanta. Start Playing Games lets you find professional game masters running the kind of games
Whether
you
you're
want
trying
to
classic D&D or Curse of Strahd. Oh, wait, that's D&D. Sorry. Line?
Whether you're trying classic
modules, Curse of Strahd
like
for 5e.
Well done.
Yeah, or systems you've never tried before, like Call of Cthulhu, or even Fate, like the one we're playing today. There is a game for you.
You can check all the DMs, read their reviews, and find the right style for you.
It's easy to find games at any time. Play with people all over the. I don't have a globe either. What's going on? Where are my props? Play with people all over the
Give me a
world,
second. I got
and
this.
whatever your time zone is, either.
And If you use the link for Desis&Dragons, not only do you get $10 free credit, you will also be supporting Desis&Dragons directly, encouraging further sponsorships and more shows like Blades of the Yanta in the perfect future.
What are you waiting for? Head right over to
Start
playing
playing
games!
So coordinated. Oh my god.
Correct. I just found
Absolutely.
the flow.
We're so bad.
Totally not a delay on the call.
Oh god. All right. Before that happens ever again, it's Yanta time. Da-da-da. Last time, our brave Blades of the Yanta awoke after defeating the great Indus worm, the Skolix worm, where they learned from Tokum, their new sort of robotic friend, who told them that they were now bound to the Yantas by their spirits. And after learning about this, there should be some warned about side effects, but it was probably nothing important. They took Tokum off, where they were to go back home, where they discovered that there was celebrations happening for those brave mech pilots who they assumed were Soviet pilots, because there was a bear and one that was clearly red and definitely not deep pink. Definitely. So they went over there. They had some polite words until Professor Bezra was just a drunk asshole, went too far, and so they threw hands, as they want to do. Then they discovered that the side effects turned out to be superpowers, and they used their superpowers to just pounce everybody. Just a big beat 'em up. It was fantastic. Until Rajiv had a vision of the white great ape, the white primate, commanding them to come to Kathmandu. And so after that, and surviving the hangover, post-power hangover, all of them used the great Yantas. All of them, Tokum, and even Nitya came along, and they went all the way from Bihar, all the way to Nepal, heading straight over, where they managed to meet. But they've got to, first of all, enjoy some lovely momos. Because when you're when you're over there, have some momos. And after that, they managed to meet this young girl, Kumkala Talaji, blind girl who seems to be some kind of monk associated at the, I'm going to butcher this name, Swoyambhunath Monastery. And once they told them in fact, that if they do not learn how to master their powers soon enough, it may destroy them, and they have to learn these techniques passed down from the ancient Emperor Ashoka, who destroyed the Yantas long ago, so that they will hopefully be strong enough to defeat this evil force that is more of a threat to India than even the Kaiju. And with that, our heroes, we return back to the monastery. As you guys have been brought in further into the temple, you have started to see an interesting fact about this monastery. It is filled with monkeys, just like all kinds of monkeys, up and down, normal-sized monkeys, just like going up, looking around, just like tossing, and no one seems to mind. They're tossing them like snacks, and they seem to be like welcome in the monastery. It seems to be part of the vibe. No giant ones. You have not seen a giant one. They all seem like normal-sized monkeys, as far as you can tell. Yet, as you are going around, you are led into this area just to recover. This like kind of like boarding room, sort of. The monk equivalent of that. So, take your shoes off, and you're just like little mats on the floor for you guys to kind of like rest and recover. It's been a long journey. And when you guys have unpacked, you have been brought outside into this large area and garden, just like there, this beautiful grass area, which is surrounding open air, and it's sort of like surrounding this like image of this statue that's like a man posed, like looks like a tall regal man, but he's sitting lotus position, hands together, sort of like like this, as he's just like standing looking forward, and he looks and as Tokum is watching us, because Tokum's also there, he is also like, he's very scared of this figure, which looks very much like the Emperor Ashoka image that was at the front. You guys have been brought in, and the woman has brought you down there, got you some food, all vegetarian. So yeah, some vegetarian momos, but mostly fruits and vegetables are there. And
Rajiv
she's
looks a
stepped
little
aside
sad.
for a moment. Yeah. Oh, no meat. No meat for Rajiv. And yeah, Tokum is just like there shaking a little bit. He's like seeing this. How are you all feeling with these big revelations from last week?
Rajiv
am
is
shook.
confused, but looking around for where the giant monkey is.
You look, but it doesn't seem to be a giant monkey.
Like,
This is the first time I've
give me
been to a museum, so I'm just going to.
You're not in a museum. This is a monastery.
For me, it's a museum.
feels
so
like
I'm
that.
just-
I would be just as awestruck as well while looking around. It's a lot of monkeys. It's a lot of history. It's a lot of. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm honestly at this point studying people and like paying a lot of attention to what's going on, how is everyone behaving. Like this is like anthropologist like dream come true like situation.
Alicia?
Alicia is just is this feels like a place of faith and power, and that's really resonating with Alicia, and she's she's speechless for one of the few times in her life.
Rajiv is pleased.
Oh, snap. Nitya is also here. She's she's sitting across, like she feels very uncomfortable, like all this kind of thing, especially because there seems to be like this like silent hum, and you could tell that she does not do well with silence. So she's like, so this is a lot. Maybe I shouldn't be here. Maybe I should go back to.
No,
Maybe I should go
Nitya,
back to.
it's fine. It's fine. Just hey.
Don't break or touch anything.
What was
And
it?
I
And
touched
she's just like,
something.
She's not gonna break anything.
Try to stop fucking auto.
I just look at Alicia like, you think?
she looks at down at her powerful muscular arms, and she's just like, I'm afraid to touch anything. Then
You're not gonna break anything, Nitya. It's all thousands of years old. It's
And I'm going
if
to
it
touch the
hasn't
most
broken yet, you aren't gonna break it.
I'm going to touch the most fragile
Or did you
vase
wearing
over
it
there.
down up
As-
until this one point?
I
it
just
like
want to
doesn't.
tap like it down and just like get her close to me, like so she can't like go touch anything with the big muscles.
Yeah. So no one is stopping, Groove, from just like.
No, I want
Auto
to
for
try to
just
stop
like-
him.
Yeah, okay. So like his hands are getting very close as you go to this like statue of like the, and as you do, just like there's like a warmth to it, very similar to like the feeling you had when you first touched your Yanta, that like living warmth that was there.
Would,
Like everything else is like sturdy stone for the most part. This is the only that's remotely fragile. But like you can feel it even before you touch it and before you're like pulled away.
would as Otto's going down, so I push into him and we both fall into it.
Yeah. You both like fall into it. It doesn't topple, but it's like you just go and you both feel the warmth. But this is like
Bro, hugs are too much. Hugs are too much. I'm stuck.
Like puller.
Yeah.
That's
You
warm.
wrote?
Ooh.
Yeah. It does feel like you're touching an actual person, and then you can just you didn't even notice she's arrived. She's not walking with us. She's not walking with a stick anymore. You see Kumkala is walking, has like stepped forward, and she's just in her put in a priestly outfit. She looks at all like, you've already made contact with Ashoka. Excellent.
No, I only date
That is
humans.
good to know.
We've done
It's
what?
good that you're not afraid.
We touched it. I mean, that does count as contact, yes. But
Yeah,
No.
but it's just an accident. No,
Yeah,
I
no,
only humans, no statues, things. Not my style. No.
that's very that you're wording it very suspiciously. If you want to be not seen suspicious, you should not word it so suspiciously.
Then what do I say?
You say you didn't touch
What
it.
are you trying to say, Deepak? Be clear about it.
Deepa, it's, uncle. We didn't. We touched it.
It's not
but-
uncle.
It is uncle. I've been calling you uncle all.
Oh, you called yourself uncle.
No,
I was
no. My
confused.
name's Deepa. Your uncle. Uncle Raju.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I think we lost
Anyways,
context of
I
everything, and it's
feel,
good.
I feel like
It's good.
So
we're confused.
she's come forward and she's like gotten what looks like little bells in her hands. You know, she's like 5 little bells, and you see that they're bells, but you don't hear them. She's like keeping her hand so still that the bells do not ring, even as she's like walking towards you guys. She's like little, like small little rings. She's like, it's important that you learn how to control your power, and part of that is from understanding the Yantas and how they operate, because your connection to the Yantas are a little different than how they were in the past. Isn't that right, Tokum-sir? And Tokum is just like, huh? Yeah, just a smidge. I mean, like, there's no permanent bond, and so the powers are a little bit new, but you know, it's not too. I have it under control. I know what I'm doing. And he's like sitting further away from the statue of Ashoka. So, I think it's time that it's important that you learn how to use these abilities as best we can before we can even consider you fighting the great evil that's coming. Well, I say coming, but it exists already, and it has existed in India for hundreds of years. And only recently has it been going strong enough that it is a threat to the entire country.
Does this great evil have a name?
Oh, government conspiracy again? I thought we already in one.
I thought we agreed it was aliens.
No, we agreed it was ghosts.
Conspiracy
It's-
ghost
Could you
aliens.
please
First,
go on?
alien conspiracy.
Next you say it's only gods and no one else.
Like, he's
What's
just
the
looking
next
straight at
I mean,
them,
look,
just
that could be
going like,
aliens.
please go on.
He's the great
Ignore
evil
that.
ghosts.
The great
That's super
ghost. She like sits down. She's like, she starts drawing like in the ground, and as she does, even though the ground is like you're sitting on, it's like it's sand. So as she's like growing it, but they seem to glow as she's growing. She like draws 10 leaves that are just like growing all around, and in each leaf she chops 1 dot, and another leaf it's 2 dots, and then 3 until each leaf has 1 to 10 dots. And she's like pointing. There is an organization descended from those who worshipped ancient demonic creatures called the Rakshas. These families have divided, becoming the 10 into an organization called the 10 Heads. And she's like pointing at all of them. These heads, these groups, are not always aligned, but they are always operating to undermine humanity. Here and in other parts. They were undermining India before partition, and they are active both in Pakistan and Bangladesh and all over. They try and make their plans forward, plans known. They have manipulated the arrival of the Kaiju since they came in the 40s, and they have caused greater problems. But there is a dark scheme that they are operating under, something terrible. And Nicola, as you're like looking, one of them, the third leaf with the 3 dots, like it looks exactly what you think it is.
I'm going to back away, going to sit down,
I
not speaking.
would ask the person, just like, and you're telling me all of this place, this is all a countermeasure that the King Ashoka was working on?
King Ashoka was very dedicated to the Buddha and spreading his relics across, and it's spreading this worship of the Buddha. That was part of his works. He, of course, the 10 heads, or what they called themselves back then, they operated against him in some ways, because any attempt to bring goodness or faith was a threat to them, as they wanted to inspire strife and hatred and any action that could cause humanity to suffer. And so they did come into conflict. He needed the relics to hold them at bay, but this caused him to come into conflict with the Yantas, as the Yantas were holding the relics in safeguard in one location, and he needed to spread them. And Token is just like saying, hey, look, he didn't even come to us. That was our directive. We had to keep them safe. And he just destroyed so many of them. He just like took them apart, and it was like, it wasn't okay. It's like, for the good of it was for the good of the world. what we had to do. And Tokum does not seem happy about it. Tokum is also scared shitless
Just go like kind of like
at like being so close for this.
pat Tokum on the shoulder. Just
Yeah, I'm gonna move closer to Tokum as well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Just,
like pat him,
flank,
pat them.
flank him. Like,
yeah,
I'm
with
gonna
them,
go over to
sorry.
like calm down, Toka. We know you mean well.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
We're all here
Please.
together. We're all on the same team.
So Humkala, is that her name? Humkala?
Mhm.
Uh,
That's her name.
Alicia's gonna ask, were we just at the right place at the right time? Why are we?
Well, it really depends if you believe that all of this is random, or if there is destiny and fate, that your path is guided on certain directions. I believe that there is a path, there is a calling some of us face, but some would argue that you are there by your own free will, by your own choices. Perhaps what is luck if not the whims of gods or the path? Who am I to say? Regardless, you are the ones who have that ability, who have the power of the Yantas, a power that Emperor Ashoka studied. While he did regrettably was forced to destroy many of the Yantas, he was also able to study their abilities, command their power for a time, and his power was very similar to the. She looks at Tokum and with a tilted side effects that you seem to be having right now. These enhanced
Dhruva's
abilities.
totally zoned out.
I would go over to Otto, and then because I've seen him step aside, and like as everyone went over to Tokum, I would, having said went to Otto. To make sure it's okay. You good?
No, maybe, not sure.
What's wrong?
They're not good people. They're not good people. The
The-
Rakshakas, they're not good people.
What did they do? Well, I mean, like they just said, she just said they're not good people. But like, everything okay? Like, you seem
No,
very very shit.
it is painful to talk about it. My brother was killed by them.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what to do. They're after me, maybe. I've been slandering, dismantling their work through protest, through regulations.
I mean, we've been friends for a while. I haven't seen anything like someone was coming for us. So surely you're fine. Well, I mean, you're safe, except for all of this right now. But like outside of this,
You don't understand. My brother was not supposed to be there. It was supposed to be me. They might be coming after me.
fuck.
Tokum like goes over and he's like patting you, like as everyone was patting him, he's gone over and he's like patting you on the back. It's okay. I know what it's like when people come after people you love. I lost my father similarly, not by whatever Rakshasa is, but like patting you down your back. And then the priest looks and says, like, before they were coming for you, but now you are a blade of the Yanta. Now you can be the one who comes for them. You're not the young man you were before, powerless in the face of evil actions. You have great ability. If you wish to learn how to use it and fight against those who took your
We
brother.
will not let anything come for you.
Even if
No.
they tried, there's 5 of us.
Just worried that what if I make a mistake again? Like, what will happen with my brother? What if it happens to one of you guys? Any one of
Dhruva,
you?
We won't
Listen
let
to
that
You
happen.
won't.
mistakes aren't things that you are just afraid of making. If you make a mistake, that's where your family comes in. And right now, we are your family. You know this, right? Even back home, if something bad happened, you would come to any of us. You would come to me, come to Alicia. We would help you, wouldn't we? Nothing has changed.
Right. But it's every day I'm grieving for the loss of my brother. My brother who stood instead of me because I'm a fucking coward. He stood there for me. And he's dead because of me.
Your brother made a sacrifice to keep you safe. Don't consider a valiant sacrifice like that an act of cowardice on your own. I know cowardice when I see it. I've lived with it my whole life. You do not have it. You hear me? And I'd like just kind of put an arm around him, just pull him in for like a hug over my shoulder.
And I'll start crying onto your shoulder.
I'd rub Otto's back as well. It's
I need a moment. Probably get some fresh air or something.
Take your time.
Please, we have a room ready for you. We have a place where you can like refresh yourself with water.
I want to
or
go
change
outside.
clothes.
I'll
We
just
have
be in the
everything
city
ready for you.
if it's okay.
Of course.
Deepak,
Okay,
could
I
you
will not stop you.
go
Please.
after him? Just make sure he doesn't do anything
Mhm.
rash.
Yes, I'll follow.
Yeah, you guys are heading out into the city. You know, the priest like nods, and she like puts two bells away. He says like, "Truly, these are. I did not know that he had this connection already, but they have affected many people like him, many people in this nation and others, the 10 heads. So it would be important that we work to try and understand your birth." And she like holds out these like bells. She's put two bells away and she's holding out three. And she says, all you have to do, now all that is required as part of your training, understanding what you're capable of, is learning how to use them in a non-destructive manner and in a helpful way. Because the important thing is not letting these powers hurt more people than you intend or overexerting yourself. And to that, I'm going to need to use my assistant. And she whistles, which I'm not going to imitate. And then suddenly, three monkeys just like leap down, normal sized monkeys just like leap down, and they each take a bell, and they like turn the bell. One pink, one purple, one black. That's the color of the bell, not the monkey. And they all like look at you and they say like, all you have to do is retrieve the bell and bring it back using your abilities. We will have the others train with as well once they are better. And your time starts now. And the monkeys go at that point. You can start now. You can take time to compress what you've learned as you want to. There is no time limit.
Oh, she's taking off. No planning, nothing. She's
I'm like
taking off.
looking around, like, did I just see like monkeys? What? Like where?
You've just
I'd
very
catch
lovely.
monkeys. I'd catch monkeys.
It's always the monkeys.
Always the monkeys. Yeah. This is yeah. I just realized that we just like had a big emotional chat, but yes, that's what we're going to be facing. And we will come back to how the rules for that is going to be in a second as we head to town. The camera turns as we follow the DC and Otto into the city. You managed to like make your way back there. Did you want to take a walk or did you want to take your autocopter?
Taking a walk. This time Dhruva is totally in shambles. So he's trying to, each step he's taking, he's trying to take in the responsibility that he needs to take against them. And at the same time, knowing that my friends have my back and I have theirs as well. So it's just that he's contemplating all of that at each step as he takes. He wants something very different in him, so he wants to look around and go into the shop where I have mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see that shop there. You see there's one of the shops available. You want to describe what's in there that you're looking for? Or do you want to
I
describe
wanna
what
change
happens
my-
when you come out? Yeah.
Probably want to change myself completely. So as I go in, I come out. You see Dhruva, his hair, what used to be shaggy overalls, is now a like it's cut now into what this hairstyle is right now. Instead, before he didn't have a earring, but now he has a golden earring on his side over here, which is a slight. It's like a ring that you would usually say, but it's like a earring, but it's like solid gold.
Hmm.
His mustache and everything is like clean shaven, so he looks like a totally new personality, something that's completely different.
I wouldn't I wouldn't have went in. I would like let him go in.
Sure.
And so while we're outside, I don't notice that he's changed. Initially, I would just be like waiting for him still, and like I'm just like patiently just doing my thing, maybe kicking a rock.
I tap on his shoulder. So we're ready. What?
Hello, sorry. Oh,
It's me, Dhruva.
sorry. No, I heard you. Sorry. You everything okay?
I'm fine. It's just something I wanted to do for a long time. Maybe this is a change I wanted. So
You're just good.
yeah.
Your hair's nice.
hmm
Cool.
Yeah.
You want to keep walking? You want to keep?
I think I'm ready to take on what's needed.
It was always hot, by the way. I'd like to make a note. But yeah, when walking back, I would have gave auto space, but then like I would I'd say like you're not a coward just because you weren't ready then, you know.
I feel like I'm ready now to take on the challenge. I used to run away. That's why I was there in Bihar. That's why I was an auto driver in the first place.
I ran away too. I had a home in Coventry. I had an education. We kind of had a lot for like us over there, but
Yeah.
it didn't feel right. It's finding something
We
new.
have family now, so
Exactly. See, it's family you choose. Is why I say that's and that's what we are. And I pat Otto on the shoulder.
I go for a side hug, or I go like
Mm.
hand in hand, like sort of
Yeah.
like in the shoulder to shoulder, and we walk back towards the temple.
So, you're heading back to the temple. It's starting to like get dark. Like as it's getting dark, these trees have still not caught that monkey.
I haven't
Like,
started
them
chasing
monkeys
mine.
No, you have not started chasing your mom. You're sitting. But yes. Yeah, as we're going to do this is going to be basically challenges. You have to basically make your roll and basically achieve victory. If you can like achieve a victory, if you guys can achieve three victories, you get your bell. But let's figure out why you haven't caught them so far. We know why one person hasn't, because Rajiv is waiting. What are you waiting for? Are you deep in thought? Are you thinking? What are you doing?
Yeah, so Rajiv is basically, first of all, after hearing the whole interaction with Dhruva, he's been thinking about his own cowardice and how these kids are, all of them are behaving exactly how he wanted to back in the day. And he, while he's dealing with that and contemplating on how much of all of this might have even linked to the reason why he had to leave, like his front line, his outpost, uh, He's also just waiting for Dhruva to come back because he is not ready to proceed with any training or anything like that until he's sure all of the kids are safe.
Uh, next up, we have Garima. How come have you also waiting, or why haven't you made any headway with this challenge yet? Or have you not tried yet?
No, I did start. Like I didn't start immediately. I was very confused at first. Um,
Mhm.
Then I started, and I think I've just like I barely managed to catch up to the monkey. Like I see the monkey like some distance away because it's got like so much like
Mhm.
head start on me, and I'm sure like at this point Garima is like okay, slightly aware of what her power does, so she keeps trying to reach out and like maybe stop the monkey or something, but has no clue how to actually make it happen.
Mhm.
And so she's just running around like being driven mad.
Yeah, that's fair. What about Alicia? How come Alicia hasn't succeeded yet?
So Alicia had taken off like immediately, and it's very on brand for Alicia to not really have a plan, but to like, I'm gonna do this, guys. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be great. And she just takes off running. I like to imagine it's like uh literally like herding cats. Like it's one of those things where like the monkey's in her sight and she goes to lunge for it and it just like runs away at the last minute. So after a few times of doing this, um somewhat paradoxically, like it's in these moments of like impulsiveness that she is really the most clear-headed. And as similar to how Rajiv was kind of like thinking about Dhruva, sitting and sort of like uh getting those thoughts, I think that as she's running around, like she's thinking about Dhruva as well. Like I don't think it ever occurred to her that someone would be less than completely excited to have this opportunity. So she's wondering how she can talk to Dhruva, because more than anything, like he's like a brother to her, and she wants him to feel safe and powerful the same way she does. So initially it's like herding cats. The monkey's just too quick for her. Probably towards the end there is a lack of focus and losing steam.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit disheartening. Like it's a little hard to catch these guys, a little bit like hard to like focus, like build up that passion when Duba's not doing so hot. But speaking of looking hot, Otto walks in with DC. Brand new look.
Fuck are you guys doing?
Makeover.
I would just stand
Oh.
up and start walking towards Otto. Just like look him up and down, put a hand on his shoulder.
What? It looks weird. What's going on? Hey,
His,
I look back.
You look good before, but you look really good now.
You look clean.
Ah.
it's very sudden.
Yeah, nice.
You asked me to. You told me to clean every day. Like, what's the chance right now?
And when he says that, you'd see like this Rajiv gives off a little chuckle and gets a little like teary-eyed, and just
Yeah.
like kind of like scruffs his hair.
Ah,
No, you shouldn't do that. Like you just got it done.
that's fine. I'll probably get all the tiny ones. Clean it up later.
Nitya just like is like there's like, oh, you clean up nicely. Actually, like gives you a playful punch in the arm, which is more painful than it should because muscles.
Ow!
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Tokum like looks over and like he's been like staring mostly at the statue and door, but he like comes over. He's like, oh wow, wish I had hair because yours look good right now.
Oh,
grow it?
we can make one for you.
We could
I mean,
get
there
you
are big, probably. I mean, there are bigs outside. I mean, do you
I
plant one on you?
I go over and like I pop my head on his chin and then so my hair goes down onto his sides. Hey, now you have hair.
Yeah. Hey, 2 heads are better than 1.
Exactly.
It looks yeah. And you guys are like getting there. You're feeling a lot better as like this like excitement kind of like lifts the mood. As like things have gotten like dark fairly quickly, you can start seeing the stars are there, and then you hear the ringing of the bells, and there are now 5 bells that are there. As you notice that without saying much, the priest is like smiling. You can't see that you've had a haircut, but she's smiling anyway. As it happened, and she's like passed off the remaining 2 bells. As you guys getting this
I
well
like just kind of look over at Deepak, like kind of pulling him aside, just asking him like, "How is he?"
You pull me aside, or was it Otto?
Yeah, like I pull you aside, asking about Dhruva.
Dhruva's
How's
just
he
looking
doing?
into the bell, trying to shake it around to make sure its sound is coming or not, but it's not. He's like trying to contemplate it.
He's better. I think I think he's trying to force a change. I think it's good.
And how are you doing, Deepak? A lot's happened. This isn't why you came to me.
Yeah. I'm enjoying it. It's nice. It's scary, but it's a good scary. I think I'd be silly if I wasn't scared.
Let me know
who you
if
doing
it
for?
feels actually scary.
I will do.
I will be fine. And with that, like Raji just walks over and starts looking for the fucking monkey.
By the way, the bell doesn't work.
you don't have the bell.
Oh,
You just took a bell off the wall.
If you want to make a
Random
roll
bell.
to use your super speed, we can start that. If you like bought a bell and tried to this mine.
We could have picked one up on the streets. It was just broke.
this doesn't work
want-
anyway. This is like
Yeah,
a
no,
cheap
no,
thing.
it's missing missing the little ball
Like-
thing that dangles.
While
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
sort of having these, can I have a quick chat with Rajiv before we move on? So after you have your discussion with DC and everything else, Alicia will go up to Rajiv and again like quietly be like, I think we're making ourselves whole so we can be ready for what comes next. So I think I need to say this to you. I know I make you worry. I know that's your weird way of loving us, even though it's very irritating. But that's okay. I don't think you're a coward. I don't think anyone thinks you're a coward. You may have made some choices that you're not proud of, but everyone makes choices they're not proud of. And then you do better next time. That's the only thing any of us can ever do. And you give us a chance to do that all the time. You're always giving us chances to be better.
I give you those chances because I don't have any more of those left, really. I have made those choices in my past, yes, but I've also seen plenty of bad, plenty of death in my time. And all of what's happening right now, it's putting all of you kids in the middle of all of this. And that's the last thing I wanted for any of you. I know you're enjoying it, and I'm honestly happy that you're enjoying it, because
It's a lot more fun than it has any right to be. I know it's a big deal, but
that's the
on.
thing. You have that spark, and you light up the room, and that's why I appreciate having you there. The only reason I worry is because I don't want that fire to burn out too quickly.
I think as long as I have people like you and Garima and Dhruva and we
That's
stay around.
fine.
We have to make sure that we steal DC's passport so he's not able to get back. Or
You're the
something.
spirit of our group. I have to be the shield. It's simply how it works.
No, we can all be the shield. You're not the only one who has to follow the sword anymore. Can I hug you?
Rajiv just looks at you like unmoving, like doesn't say no. Sure.
Okay. And she hugs him tentatively and gently.
He also pulls it in for like a warm hug.
Oh, we're doing group hugs. Everybody, group hugs.
I mean, we weren't, but let's. This can be our.
Falls on
we-
Rajiv's
Okay,
back
yeah,
like, oh!
You did
Yeah.
not.
Everyone just like runs in also.
I'm alright. I'd call Talcum over as well.
Oh my
All
God.
of
By
you
the way,
would
so-
have a very harrowing sight of just watching Rajiv having a tear streaming down his face.
Oh, look, now who's the crybaby? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Every-
go catch these fucking monkeys.
Everyone's in the big hug, and like Nizzy's like, fuck it, I'll go in too. She was like having dinner.
Oh!
She like comes in. Everyone in the big hug, and like as you're doing, you're just glowing, like your inner like, and
Aw.
not just like emotionally, but also like the energy is
Stars.
glowing, and so like mixing. So this one like almost rainbow kind of like kaleidoscope of different colors that's just like flashing as this is happening, and it's just like the priest is just nodding. It's like, and just like there's this flash, and you all feel like super. You feel like stable. You feel like your heart is full, and you feel like there's like before there's like static, like you can barely control it, but now you feel like calm, and like you got this. You feel like you have a little bit more connecting to your powers. So everyone gets a free invoke on the power of friendship. There we go. Or found family, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it friendship because I'm cheesy like that.
I'm writing
No.
power of friendship
And
because
like Rajiv just
I've
like
always
clears his
wanted
throat
to-
very like weakly for a second and just like looks at all of you just okay. It doesn't matter why we're here. We're gonna catch some monkeys today.
Oh, yeah, we will. Together, by the way, together, like families do.
All right. So for this one, this is I think this is properly called a challenge. There's a series of basically you need to get 3 victories to succeed. This would basically be like getting the bells and all of them. You can spend your action either acting to try and get them yourself, or you can spend an action creating an advantage to make it easier for someone else to get them. Because the rules never said, you can help someone else or like make things easier or make things harder for the monkey if you want to. Once you as a group have got 3 victories, you've managed to get the bells. So again, popcorn initiative. Which of you guys wants to go first? The monkeys don't get a turn.
I would.
So I'm going to just
Good on it.
ensure that any angle the monkey's trying to go, I would be right in front of it, so that it doesn't run away. So it's sort of like it feels trapped and is diverted towards the group.
Okay, big
I will
blocker.
have
All right, great.
I would ask Rima first. Why are we catching monkeys?
The point.
So we have to get bells, and the monkeys have the bells, and apparently getting the bells will help us to like achieve our true potential or something.
It's a
I don't
very
know, I'm just
wax
thinking of it
on,
as a
wax
game.
off kind of training.
Let's just think of it as a game and let's just start playing.
I think
wax
this is
on that,
10
but
years
that's
before
nice.
Karate Kid, just so you know.
I
10
know.
years
Oh,
before.
Not anymore. Not in this
Nice math,
timeline.
Then it's just an analogy that makes no sense.
Yes,
Nice
the theory
metaphor. You
Alicia
should write that
secretly from
down.
the future grows stronger.
All right. So me going for a block.
Yeah, I think this is probably your quick approach. So give me that roll.
So quick. All right. Can't see the roll. It's 1. Ouch. Okay.
You remember,
I'm
because you're
not
using
using
your
my
super
quick
speed plus 2, that would make it a 3. So that is a tie. That means you succeed, but there's a minor cost, or you can spend your invoke from the power of friendship to make it a 5, which means it's a success with no minor cost.
My family's got my back, so I believe in that power. So I'm gonna give that advantage.
All right, great. So with 5, that means you're basically you're blocking these guys. So basically, you're playing defense. You're not trying to grab the bells, but you're playing defense. That means monkeys have a harder time getting away as this is going on. So it's going to be a lot easier for these guys to start catching. You don't have a victory, but you've made things easier for the other. Who do you want to pass to?
I'll pass it to someone who would be willing to trap it in. So I'll give it to Garima. I'll ensure it doesn't get out. Just trap it in if you can. And as I scream towards Garima.
Okay. I will, I think, then start to just like, as soon as I see a monkey, just like put up a barrier behind it so it can't go back where it came from. And I just like assume all 5 monkeys are running around, right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
All
so
5
I'm just
monkeys
gonna
jumping on the bed.
try basically do what Rue's doing, but with barriers, and just try diverting the monkeys as much as I can into like one place.
Okay. Make your all right, make your roll. They can't this is all this could be I'm not gonna say this is victory. This is gonna be like again making things easy. Do you want this to be like you're getting bells, or do you just make the roll? I think which roll do you think this is? Clever, careful?
I
What do
would
you want
say
this to
that
be?
this is clever. I'm kind of pinpointing which angle and where to put down the barriers. So I'd say this is a clever.
Sure, go for it.
Did it roll? Oh, it did roll.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
it.
Oh, dang.
That's a high roll, yeah.
Yeah.
What you get?
I got a 4. Wait,
All
is there
right.
plus it?
That includes the pluses.
It includes the plus. So, good news. They got a -3. So you succeeded with style, which means these guys are cordoned in already because of the first roll. They have 2 rolls. They can either can run +2, they can hide -1. But because of the blocking originally, they can't ride, so they've been rolling -1 for everything. And now they've got nowhere to go, which means you succeeded by 7. Yeah, okay. They're blocked in, so 2 more free invokes on the power of friendship, or 2 more free invokes on like monkeys in the barrel. There we go, monkeys in the barrel. Who do you want to pass to?
I will probably pass to probably to DC, because he can actually do some kind of lightningy stuff to get the bells from them, or at least out of their hands.
Yeah, I would try using the barriers and Auto's defense, like almost use my, I guess, lightning speed to rush in and try and catch you out of the hands. If I could.
Yeah, that makes sense. Go for it. Give me, I think, flashy or quick. Sounds like using lightning might be quick, or unless you think something else is better.
I think quick.
Right. Make that roll. All right, and they are rolling. Okay, they got. What'd you get?
3.
All right, they got a 1. So you're successful.
Okay.
If you want to spend an invoke, you can get 2 victories. Currently, you only have 1 victory, and you need 3 to win.
Would I be able to see how Rajiv and Alicia are acting while trying to catch the monkeys? Do they look like?
How are you guys acting?
Rajiv is basically using his premonition, he's just seeing things a little ahead of time, and he's just standing in the spot where he knows the monkey's gonna track into, and he's just gonna grab the monkey as it runs by him.
Okay.
Yeah. Would I be able to use my invoke to almost guide it in?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, this would basically be you're
Was it
catching the bells.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you could definitely make it easier if you want to. They're already kind of like trapped, but sure. So it's up to you.
Okay, then yeah, like if they're already trapped or not, like I'll get them. But like I would have liked to have done it as if like everyone kind of like got involved in it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was
Sure.
kind of like the finishing touch to catch all the bells at the end.
All right, so I'm going to count
Glad
that. All right, so I'm going to count that as 1 victory, maybe 2. We'll see. Who do you want to pass? You want to pass to Rajib or Alicia?
I'd pass to Alicia because I think
Alicia,
Rajiv's he's got the great Alicia.
Yeah.
Rajiv's got
So
the
you
crown.
you managed to grab. You got 1 bell. Another one's nearly there. Alicia, what are you doing?
I'm gonna help to capture the one that's almost there, and potentially one more if I can use like 2 hands separately.
Sure.
And I'll
Yeah.
use a forceful action to kind of just like lunge at them ungracefully, and see if we can
Make the
cancel.
roll.
That's a 4. Can I spend the power of friendship
They got a
or
0.
monkeys in a barrel to
Oh,
get
you're
that
good.
device?
You got a 0.
Yeah. You can spend. Yeah. You can spend monkey in the barrel. That means, you spend it, you get 6. That's so many success. So many.
Wait,
victories.
no, that's
yeah.
5. No,
You're able.
It's plus
So
2.
I rolled a 4.
It's +2.
Plus
Oh,
2.
you
my
rolled a-
mistake.
You rolled a 4. You add
Yeah.
2. That's 6.
Yeah.
And they had a So you succeeded twice. You're able to grab 2 bells. Our the great power of lightning managed to grab another 2 because of DC. Last one, you can see where it's going, but can you catch it? Can you catch it, Rajiv? Find out.
He's watching it like run around, and he's just casually walking, tracing the path of this monkey, like slightly moving ahead in time. And he's just gonna stand where the monkey's gonna run into, and just grab the monkey as it runs past him.
Okay. I think normally I'd say fast, but it could also be careful or clever because you're using precognition to do it.
Mhm.
I'll let you decide.
I would say careful.
All right, go for it. Careful is also fine. You're like biding your time, and then
2.
make the roll.
I would use the power of friendship.
Go for it.
So that's a 4. then, right?
Everybody's going to scream, "Go Rajiv! Go Rajiv!"
Yeah. So that's a 4.
Yeah, like
Good.
with all of these
Okay.
guys crawling it further, it should be easier.
They got a 1. You have definitely succeeded. So it goes in. The monkey zoops past, and it's like, "Hey, I've got it!" And then realize it's not ringing as you've got the bell in your hand, and it didn't even notice that you just like snatched it out of there. And like all the monkeys are looking, very sad, very sad. And then like you hear like clapping as you like turn around. You see the priestess is just like the monk has just like nodding at all this. They're like, "Excellent. You use teamwork. Your powers work together. You seem to have stabilized, and you didn't hurt any of the monkeys." And you notice, like, unlike before in the big brawl where everyone got hurt, big lightning explosions, all that crazy stuff, none of the monkeys are harmed. You managed to just take it from these. You didn't even break the bells.
To be fair, the monkeys didn't piss
As
me
you're, like,
off.
looking on.
Fair, none of the monkeys are misogynists.
Exactly.
You assume.
And they're not terrorists too. So
Plot twist.
what the heck?
Yeah. You like to. It's just like none of this. But one of the monkeys, they pass you a mango.
Ah,
Each of you get like a mango from them.
Oh, this is
Then you guys are trying to steal the bell back, and you like stop them.
I would just peel it with my mouth and start eating.
I'm definitely just like.
I'll
eating
cut it
the
up and
whole-
just
Dhruva's
feed pieces to the
starving.
monkeys.
Dhruva's starving. He's going to crouch down like a monkey and he starts eating the mango.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you're like thinking about like, that was nice, and you can hear the clapping is still going on. Then you look, Nitya is just like saying, "Yeah." Tokum's like saying, "Wow, oh my god, this is amazing. This is great. I wish I'd been taking notes." And you can see he's like a little notepad, and like the priest is like looking, like standing on the staff and looking. None of them are clapping, and yet you can hear the sound of clapping, and the sound of clapping
If
is
it's
getting
the monkey,
bigger
I swear to God.
and bigger. And you like turn and you look at the statue of Emperor Ashoka.
Oh no.
And the clapping's coming from that. and then like there's like a glow around it. This like strange white glow is like coming from it.
DC, I
As it's like
think
expanding, the sound, the clapping feeling. There you go.
I think the mangoes are hallucinogenic. I see.
Yeah.
I did not eat the mangoes. So
Is
no.
anyone reacting any kind of way to this statue clapping? Like any of the monks?
Lydia and Tokum doesn't seem to have noticed, but like the most of the monks have gone because it's nighttime. Most of the monks seem to have gone, and there's a lot more of these monkeys that are just like watching around more than the 5 you were training with. But the priests is like looking that way, as like you can kind of see this white aura glowing around the emperor, just like going big and massive, and like forming into this like large, almost transparent, ghost-like image of this huge white primate, just like standing
Oh my
over.
god, it was Ghost. It was Ghost. I told you it was Ghost.
I also told you it was monkey.
And I see
You were
it's a
both right.
conspiracy. So yeah.
Well, well done, blades of the Yanta. You have lived up to an ancient tradition, and like the claps are getting bigger. Tokum's like looking at, what are you guys looking at? And he looks up and he's like, ah! And runs. Nitya looks back, looks at the thing, looks back at you guys. It's like, what are you guys looking at? And it looks like she cannot see what's happening. It's quite a right. They ate some mangoes. The priestess just played some lies to her.
I did not eat the mango.
Now this
I promised my mom that
This
I wouldn't
ghost
do
gorilla.
drugs. What is this?
Yo, how big is this statue? Is it like about as big as us or
How big is the
significantly
monkey
bigger?
goose?
the statue is about, even though it's like a figure cross-legged, it's about 6 foot tall. Like,
Okay.
so, like it's like the back is like a little bit taller. This monkey that's like around the statue is huge. It's about the size of like about the size of one of the Yantas.
Is
it's like
it
towering over you.
white?
Yes, like pure white.
That's the white yonder.
So
Mine. I go up to him.
yeah, he like looks, and you can like feel this kind of like warmth. Like it's not there, but you can like feel again that warmth in the statue. Much when long ago, when I fought with the Yantas, when I was forced to defeat them, I learned their abilities. I learned how they received a soul and used that ability, and so I was able to keep my soul spread in places to protect where the Buddha's relics may be, where I would be needed by their followers long ago, long after, to protect against evil. I am bound to this location, but much like you, and I looks at you and says, like, I found where I belonged in service rather than in a location or a place or among people. It was different than where I thought I would belong, where I would grow up. And like he looks at DC as he's saying this, like, and a part of me, and a part of me is a bit more wilder than I would expect. He looks straight at Garima, and also then he looks at Otto as he says that. So this is how the form of my spirit seems to have taken some way.
That mean
Alright.
we're a part
Oh.
of you, or you're a part of us.
No, absolutely. I am part of I have given as you have bonded your souls to the Yanta, I bonded my spirit with those places close to the Buddha, those places that I was able to help construct or be a part of, or that are very important. I have given myself to the cause, so to speak, the cause of defending against evil. But looks at you. The evil is strong, and I feel it, and I cannot leave this place to fight it. I need to work to help you go and stand against it. If you are ready to
What
take the
is
fight.
this evil?
And he like points his hand, and like there's like a shimmering in front of you. So like all around you guys kind of shimmers, almost like you're in a different location. Like this evil is planning something dark in the future. Some great force is coming, and you see this like large circle appear. This massive towering circle is like appearing, and it's the glowing green energy, strange green, like swirling energy, like smoke. As like this looks like a large figure is stepping through this. the 10 heads are working to have this great force come into this world. And once it does, few would be able to stop it. But the procedure is not complete, and like the image vanishes. But as you see that figure that was coming out, you could only see a bit fragment of it, like in shadows. It was terrifying. You felt incredible power from it. Evil, malevolence as well, and intention, like anger and hunger and passion and all the worst parts of a beast coming forward. And then that image goes. But the 10 heads, their work has been stymied, and they seem to be preparing something here in the new capital. And they're just forming into Delhi. It's just like this image is showing. You're seeing you're in Delhi, and there seems to be at a railway station, like a large trains are happening, like where trains are, all this. And it seems like there's this large protest happening. There's like big protest that seems to be going on. And just like all these like figures, these shadows that are there, you see some of them. You see these little dots on their back, these leaves, and you can see 3 dots, 3 dots, 3 dots, just like on these guys, almost on these like shadows of people. Like, if you can stop them from their actions here, perhaps you can stop this great evil from arriving. The image vanishes.
Guess we gotta fight them then, don't we? Since we're being truthful with everybody, I just want to say my real name is not Dhruva. It is Dhruvacharya Chandrasekhar Ramanayana. So since we're family, you remember that. So yeah.
Okay.
I got as far as Dhruvacharya.
Chandrasekhar Narayan Murthy.
Ramanayana. Chandrasekhar Ramanayana. So yeah.
Ramanayana.
It just
Okay.
goes
Yeah.
over my head, and like I'm just zoning out. Like you just see calculations all around me, but it's like, just Sanskrit or like just Hindi. Like
Would it bother
letters.
DC if I get that name right?
Oh my god, that would be
Wait.
amazing.
Yeah, nod. Like impressive.
Yeah.
People have been
So
misspelled.
yeah.
My name is
You can-
Ashoka, but they've misspelled it at least 4 different ways, perhaps more over the years. So I understand where you were coming from.
So how do
Sometimes
we
it's
pronounce-
Ashoka, Emperor Ashoka. Sometimes they pronounce it without the H, sometimes with the H, sometimes with a different kind of O. It is very
I
confusing.
feel like I'm the one that missed it.
Why are you a monkey?
No.
Okay, well, you're a gorilla, not
Okay.
technically a monkey. You're an ape. But
Yeah,
So I'm
why
like,
are
I
you
wasn't
a
the only
pig?
one. Oh my god! Thank goodness. I was really worried.
Would you feel more comfortable if I was in a human form?
Yes.
I can
Absolutely.
change.
I'm honestly more familiar with the ape at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to it now. The shock value's gone. It's just the name. Because
I've seen this 3 times already. This is fine.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd be whatever form you want to be. I just
what are you comfortable with? Yeah.
I don't understand the choice. And I'm sorry, but like you said, a
spirit
part
animals.
of your soul was in me.
No.
And
In this region, here.
Like in the temples and
In
monasteries.
the temples where I left my imprint, that's where my soul is not connected to yours. No. Like you have bonded with the Yantas, I have learned how to bond with places that I left in influence.
Like,
okay.
Primo, when you become what Ashoka is, you'd be a purple sunbear. Maybe did I get it right? Is that how it works?
You like nods.
Am I becoming Ashoka?
I mean, it's your spirit
Then
animal.
why
isn't
a
it?
goat? I mean, of all
It's
things,
fair.
a goat.
Like I'd become a Buddha, I guess. Goddess, warrior, protected thing.
Yeah, but he chose a goat. I mean, I get the sun bear. Why a goat?
That's your spirit animal. You got goat energy. You know, the greatest of all time.
Oh, bro, you're my world. Thank
I love
you.
you too, bro.
Was goat an actual like phrase to call people in the 70s?
It is now. It's alternate history,
Yeah, no.
baby.
Everyone's a
Yeah.
time traveler. That's the secret.
Oh,
Technology
Alicia wrote-
But I could
advances.
see the
sorry, not
future.
sorry. Alicia wrote Karate
Next.
Kid using.
Definitely.
oh yeah.
at this point, like, he then like looks at this and looks and he like turns to the very like Tokum has been hiding this entire time. I just like he like takes a deep breath. Hey, big gorilla. And looks down and says, "Thank you so much. I don't forgive you for destroying the Yantas and ruining my temple and all that kind of stuff. I don't forgive you. I understand why you did it, but because you're helpful right now does not mean I like you. I'm so glad I can't wet
Good
myself."
for you, Tokum.
I'm just gonna go and again just like grab
Yeah.
Tokum and pat his shoulder.
I'm
We
just
don't-
like,
I don't wanna be
from
part of
behind
this.
me, I'm just giving him a thumbs up, like,
I don't want to be part of this, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, yeah, go, but it's like hedging at the same time. Like whenever the gorillas look at me, be like, no, disapproving, man. Let's go.
Yeah. As Garima's like, he's like, "Yeah, Garima, hold me back. Help me back. Yeah, definitely. Please
No one will be back
Please
and
don't let
pull
go. Please
himself
don't let
back.
go.
please don't let go.
Emperor Ashoka just like bends down, his head like going straight down, like all things. Just like, I did what I had to do. I am sorry I had to suffer. I'm sorry for the loss of the Yantas. I wish that I had taken a different route at that time, but the past cannot be changed. We can only live by the choices we've made and move forward. I apologize,
Rajiv shudders at
Smith.
that.
When they say that, I also like pat Otto on the shoulder. Do I still call you Otto?
Why?
It's fine. I mean, you can't say my full name. It's
What's that,
Oh,
Drovacharya Chandrasekhar Ramayan Murthy?
Man,
Dhruvacharya Chandrasekhar Ramanayana. Say it properly. I didn't add my great grandfather's name. Okay, so it's just simpler. Okay, it's just way simpler now.
Drovacharya Chandrasekhar Ramanayana Murthy.
we're gonna need that ring.
Ramanarayana Murthy. So you must enunciate.
Garima,
So
you were
why
saying
the
something?
gorilla?
What did you say?
Sorry. What did he say?
I was saying while the gorilla's like kind of like down and looking at Tokum, can I just try and like touch it just to see like ghost, not ghost? Like
Yeah, you can like feel it. It feels like pure. It's not like your hand goes through it. It feels like pure energy in that kind of way. And it's like warm. Like you'd imagine this is what it feels like if you're trying to like touch the sun. Except your hand's not dying. Your hand's not being burned. It feels like kind of like that.
It's like
Yeah, like touching light itself.
oh.
Yeah,
We're not
like
good
touching the
players.
sun but not dying
We're not good players. God damn.
without feeling the heat.
Sorry.
I think we're gonna need I think with that, like, he like stands up. It's time for me to go, and you must prepare. And with that, the image of that thought goes in as this great image. The just like fades away, forming the light until the light just forms up, and just the light appears. Intermission.
Hey!
We'll see you guys in 5 minutes when we're done laughing. Because we are back with the Blaze of the Yanta. Last time, our heroes went through a little bit of training, caught some monkeys, had emotional openings, discovered the power of friendship and newfound family, used that to catch said monkeys, and they met a remnant of the spirit of Emperor Ashoka in the form of a giant white gorilla, who warned them that the actions of the 10 heads, this group that seems to worship or descended from, it's not quite clear, of Rakshasa, are planning something terrifying. But they are currently active in Delhi. So, will our heroes be able to get there in time to stop them? Let's find out as we come back. It's the next day. You've had time to like relax. They weren't going to send you off in the middle of the night without sleep. You've been able to like rest, relax. As you like wake up, there's like food that's been put next to you, to get ready. And yeah, anything you guys want to do, when you guys like ready and like think the have chaining already, do you see the priest? She's waiting outside with her staff, looking at all of you, like smiling. Her head just went moving to wherever you are, despite the fact she can't see. Like yeah, she's looks at you, and she's like there with Nithya, who's just like, so wait, they saw, who's like with Tokum. It's like she's trying to get to Tokum. They could see a giant monkey that claimed to be an ancient emperor. Like, yes, I've been explaining to you for 5. I mean, that is what I've. And and you can't be under drugs, so you have to be telling the truth. Yes, why don't you believe Nithya? Blades. It's so good that you guys have arrived. The priest says, interrupting this conversation behind her. I hope you are well rested.
Just enjoying these vegetable dumplings because that's, and you see like Dhruva's like hands stacked fully with just dumplings alone, like in boxes of them, just eating them as it goes, rebuilding his energy.
You'd also notice there was like a one difference with how Rajiv is carrying himself, and that is, you would notice there is a pair of dog tags around his neck now that he is wearing. And it's kind of like, as he's walking, just buttoning his shirt up, like, and they just go underneath that. And yeah, he just looks at everyone.
Yeah. Like, Tokum like looks his head like a little confused. What are those bits of metal on your neck? And it's just like, shh. He'll tell us when he's ready. Shh. But I want to know.
means he stands
He'll tell
for
us when he's
something.
ready.
Just nods at Alicia. Looking forward, as we said.
Bro,
X.
have some dumplings.
Or
I know you didn't offer it
Yeah.
to me, but I'm gonna have some too.
It's for everybody. I'll eat all of them anyway, so just have your helpful.
The minute you said they are for everybody, a swarm of monkeys just appear and they start stealing a bunch of the dumplings.
They were not meant for you.
Yeah, they're already gone.
At
They're,
this
like,
point,
moving.
like Garima has a notebook, like which she started like right after attending yesterday, and she's just like writing increasingly more notes about monkeys and then also about humans.
How different are we really? We both enjoy dumplings.
That is
and
true.
as I
great
stuck out one
equalizer.
secret dumpling from I got one secret dumpling from here, I'm like, yeah, sure. They can't steal this.
Yeah. He did not. Listen, I wish you strength, and I hope that we all get to meet again one day. And you're always welcome here, whatever happens.
thank you.
Thank you for your hospitality.
What should we do after we do this?
Delhi.
Well,
But after Delhi, what?
We
What
go
do we
back to our
do?
lives.
and kick Bashir in his face again.
But
well, if you
I mean, we're not gonna just leave these, right?
I
Assume
don't know
we
how
beat-
easy it is to leave a giant robot who your soul is like bonded to.
I mean, I assumed we were in service forever.
That doesn't
Right.
mean that we wait in service during peacetime.
You guys need to understand.
Ready on more times, maybe.
You guys need to understand the Rakshasas is not something you can finish within a day. It's going to be
It's
a
a
big
long
fight.
job, but when it's
Yeah.
done, know that your lives aren't bound to this to the point that you can't live them. Want all of you to remember that.
after this, during the touching moment, you hear the of the horn as Nithya has already gotten to the ambassador and he's like, "Did you guys say something? We gotta go if we want to hit Delhi."
Yep, sure.
Let's go.
Why not? Should I drive, by the way?
I think
Yeah,
we're
you have
good.
You know, I should drive. I can definitely drive. It's like an auto rickshaw. No brakes whatsoever.
Okay, after a terrifying journey, truly terrifying journey through the streets of Kathmandu, just like going
Just holding
you-
the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You
a
arrive.
seatbelt in this, so I would. I'd
Yeah.
be holding onto them for dear life.
Yeah, as you high speed, you can all hear the pieces like, this is why I said if you make it back. And it's just like as you look. Yeah, exactly. Horrific. As you go, you arrive where the hills where you placed the Yantas, who are already standing up. They seem recharged, regenerated. As they like raise their hands to you. They seem to be like glowing a little brighter as you like come into focus, almost like how you were glowing when you were all came into that group hug and like that kind of energized glow. They seem more energized than they were before.
I wonder
And you
what
feel
would
a s-
happen if we hugged in the Yantas.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, as you wonder that, I assume all you get into your Yantas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you get in there, it feels warm. It feels not that oppressive, that pain in the muscle. Almost feels like that hug sensation, just has a warm sense of connection. It feels welcoming. And again, DC, you again feel that sense of like belonging, as you feel like your spirit. As you wonder why is your spirit look so much like how the Yanta looked originally.
Hmm.
I think it looks like just a refurbished version of how you originally saw it. Everyone else had these drastic changes. But what does it say about your soul that
Oh
the
my
Yanta
god, my
looks
fucking
almost-
heart. I've just realized what it means.
Yeah.
It's. Oh. I can't
You
believe this.
okay?
Those.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm. Yeah, no, I feel better. By a
It's
lot of
nice to see you happy, Dees.
I actually like feel tears welling up. Like not even like in character, out of character. Like I'm realizing like it's oh my fucking heart.
Deepak, what's wrong with your heart? Tell me.
No, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. It's like earlier when we hugged. I think.
How much of a good feeling you're talking about? I need to maintain my distance accordingly.
Excuse me, sir.
I think we need to hug again. And I just like my bear just
I-
stands up on two legs and tries to go.
Group hug.
Okay, no, not too close. What if he's too happy? I don't want to get too happy.
I bring
We
the
need
goat
to
into
get
the
to
middle.
Delhi, kids.
Off with the
Uh,
group hug.
Hold
And-
on, hold on. I made adjustments just for this. Tokum like presses a button, and the little autocopter grows out, little Inspector Gadget hands, and joins in the hug. He's very tiny, but he's just like hugging the goat's head.
Mm.
They're like
I
hugging,
pick up-
hugging your head.
Hands.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
that's
going to
amazing.
be rich. Rajiv, I'm going to be rich.
I pick up the rickshaw copter
Priorities.
and pop it on my head like the crown it was earlier, and then grab
Yeah.
hold into auto as we're about to start running across back to India.
Yay, Superman
Yeah.
with the goat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when we hugged, it's like we feel more us, more human. I guess would be. I can't think of another word to describe it. And I think the feeling the Yanta gives me is that of belonging, and it's okay to be me, and I'm not lost. Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah. I just start running, not finishing my trailing off.
And you all move at high speeds with that thought that you don't need to put yourself in the box. Just put yourself in the bot as you go high speed. Yeah, and just like the world is a blur. If anything, you feel faster because like the distance from Bihar to Nepal is much shorter than distance from Kathmandu back to Delhi, and yet somehow you're making about the same speed, about the same time. This Yantas are a lot faster, and you can even hear like cheers from above, like, "Wow, this is fast! This is so fast!" And like, yes, the Yantas are powerful. Soon we will cross the entire world of them. Oh, like,
I
they're out there.
imagine my Yanta runs like a track runner and like is leaping over like hills and like trees, like they were a hurdle like on a track field.
I love that.
Mm.
I wish I could combine my mech with him just so that I can give him more boost on his leg
Yeah.
power.
Oh, like a centaur.
I just
Yeah,
realized
just-
what my
yeah.
Yanta runs like.
what it
So yeah,
represents.
sort of like I like sort of integrate my half of my body with him, so that when
Mm.
he's getting his leg power, so that it
You're
becomes my
adding to
legs
it,
and
yeah.
my, and it just goes
Yeah.
like a double boost. Like, phew.
I'm just bringing up the rear.
Nice. With that, you guys arrive about 11th of May as you guys reach New Delhi. Where did you want to park your Yantas? Did you want to just break into the city? You want to park nearby? Where do you want to put your giant robots?
Probably
Probably-
inside Taj Mahal.
Well, definitely want to
Red
have them
Fort.
somewhere accessible.
Mm.
Somewhere they
So-
wouldn't, like, the normal people wouldn't touch, like at the moment they see this is giant things.
So,
So
I mean,
something like
Delhi
the
is
tombs of
not
Taj
known
Mahal.
for not being populous.
Somewhere near the train station.
Yeah.
That's actually.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the train station.
Actually, in one thing, in normal world, the Delhi Metro, the underground station, was created in 1998. However, because of advances in technology, because of the presence of giant robots and other sciences that accentuated it, the construction of the Delhi Metro was actually in 1968. So there is actually,
Amazing.
and as you're seeing Otto just like looking, not Otto, you're seeing Tokum just like scanning it, looking around. He's like, hold on, there's a whole underground section. Like, I am positive that I could perhaps move the Yantas underground and hide out among them. Oh my God, they have underground. Oh my word. What will people come up with next? It's insane. But we can hide there. The machines will blend in with the metal.
Right. We'll
That's
take
a
the copter.
great idea.
Yeah, let's take
Yeah.
the copter because I think it's ready to drive through the city of Delhi.
New Delhi.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No flying though.
Yeah. I'll think about it. I mean, it is already fine when I'm
Can't draw
driving. So.
attention.
But it's me. I'm driving. We fly regardless. Let's do it.
All right. So, with that, you're in the little copter. The ambassador, Nitya's in the ambassador, and she's like, "You want me to meet you there, or what do you want? What do you want
Stay
me
here
to
with Tokum. Deal with whatever he needs. Protect. Make sure no one comes here and touches the giant mech.
Sure. Okay. And Tokum's like, "Remember, you can contact me via we have that connection, so I'll be able to like send you messages to the brain thing." And he like does that, and so even though you're not in the Yantas, you suddenly get like a little. You hear his voice, and a little chat message kind of appears, like, "Hi, are you reading me? Hi, reading, and they're not REED, REA," and he's like trying to correct his spelling. I'm sorry.
Is
I
it
just learned the
live or is it
language.
like?
Yeah, you can see him like it's just like he can't delete, you can't edit it, so you just
Yeah.
like new lines over.
All right.
Side
So
effects.
yeah, we'll make sure that we get there safely. Stay safe, both of you. Right. I'm not good with speeches. That's your alley, Alicia. So not my thing. I did what I did, and I'm walking off.
I'll take Nitya's hand and say, thank you for coming with us. You didn't have to.
No mic. I can't hear.
No, Mike.
I can't hear you. This doing is just so touching.
She's speechless.
Oh. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties,
Take
people.
care
It is
of
fine.
yourself.
Have you tried start playing the wonderful sponsor for
Platform.
tonight? Yeah, you can DM, you can do amazing stuff.
Oh, I know.
Find
I know
games played
too.
anytime with any kind
Testing.
of GM that fits your playstyle.
Yeah,
There we
there we
go.
go.
There he is back.
We are back on track.
Can you?
I was going to start the ad
Yeah,
read
okay.
again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Screaming.
You guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. When Nitya just looks at, he's just like, "Hey, wherever you're going, I know is the right direction."
After we're finished this, I want to go back make sure those women of the factory are heard. I think they'll
Oh,
listen
I mean,
better with the
yeah.
big mech. I
I
want to
just
make
sighed at
sure we
Alicia,
use
like, what is
this
she
for
planning?
good. Sorry?
yeah.
Just side eye Alicia, like, what is she planning with the mech?
No, nothing. Don't worry about it.
The revolution will be mechanized.
Yes, that's right.
And I'm
Uh,
now in my totally different mood. So I'm with Anisha all the way through. They're like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Nitya goes over and says like, gives like, hugs to, not to Otto, because he's already wandered off. Gives hugs to DC, gives hugs to Garima. So like, you two take care of you. Guys, take care of yourself. I'll be right there. If you need me. I'm not a mech, but she's like, that's also.
I
And then
would
looks
come
at
in more, and that's that. I'll take this one to Otto.
will do. And he's like, and he's like, he hugs back warmly. And then his little autocopter, also Inspector Gadget, hugs you with the big arms.
Mm.
You're getting double hugged. Nitya turns to Rajiv and says like, you take care of a lot of people, but take care of yourself too, Doc. Okay.
I will.
Okay.
Don't break anything.
And you break a few things if you have to.
I will.
Don't be afraid to let other people, have a chance at fixing you. And she like pats you on the shoulder, and smiles as she goes back into the ambassador with Tokum and just like gets ready and finds a place to talk to Yantas.
As DC is approaching me, he'll
So-
see me looking away, but in actuality, his tears are just rolling through. Like, I can't handle goodbyes. Oh God. But you gotta
I-
stay.
Will you say you were squatting?
Yeah, I was crying. But you can see, when you turn front of I can see tears.
I would squat down with him, and then go for a squat hug. And I would it'd be very. This one would be very tight, and so, that's okay.
Okay, too much.
Sorry.
Need to breathe. Yeah, good.
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
Goodbyes are hard. We should know. I smile.
Yeah.
I was patting.
Let's go destroy Rakshasa or whatever we can to do.
Let's go. Come.
Yep.
Oh, that was also from Tokum as well, so that's why it was that tight.
Oh yeah. I think I broke a rib.
Sorry, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean.
Probably
Oh,
with
you
us-
Broken rib?
Uncle could help.
No, probably
That's fine.
I think
continue.
this is Tiger Bomb.
Go.
These-
Yeah. With the power of Tiger Bomb, which cures all illnesses, as we all know.
I apply Tiger Bomb and
Yeah,
take
like-
for extra
Yeah.
effect.
What?
It's Rajiv's Tiger Bomb.
Amazing.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, we're in the
Anything white
70s.
girl
That
can't
means
fix,
that
Tiger Bomb
commercial is just airing for the first time.
I
Tiger
know.
Bomb, Raji's Tiger Bomb cures everything.
Yeah, the TVs are playing it as you guys pass. But it's drowned out by the sound of big strike going on. As there are loads of individuals, you can see that image you saw before. Everyone's gathered around the train station, and there's just some kind of strike is going on. People are shouting. People are making we will not move. The trains will not move. As they're just doing it. You realize the trains have been mostly consistent whenever they happen. I don't know how much time you see around the trains, but in Delhi they're usually quite consistent. Here, there is no sound of trains moving. None of the trains are moving, overground or under. It's all of them are just stationary, and all of the rail workers are just saying, "No, we will not move. We will not work." As they're making sound and shouting out that they will not.
Are there signs? Are there signs? If there are, what do they say?
Yeah, give me. This can be if you're trying to look and figure out what's going on with the situation. You can give me a clever roll, or if you think another approach is more appropriate for this.
I'll do.
If you're
clever.
asking around, you can.
Do clever. Which is a 2.
Okay.
Not that
do you want to
bright.
invoke any of your asks?
No.
Are you just like looking, or are you just like asking?
I'm looking around. I'm just trying to see if there's any protest signs that I can read.
Sure.
I would help if I could as well.
Yeah. The big. Yeah. Are you all? You're also looking, right? DC.
Yeah.
Who said
Yeah.
they were? Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'll do that as a +1 because why not? This is going to be as you're just looking at with that. Just trying to look. Yeah, you get a bit of a vibe of what's going on. They seem to be like arguing about, arguing hours. The hours are too long that they're working. The pay rate is pretty bad. I said they're like shouting, and you get a bit of a vibe, a bit of understanding because you are a student of like issues of these kind of things, and you know that the rules for like how train operators are paid, the hours they have to live, are the same as they were before partition, which is incredibly like harsh. They got like 18 hours. There's no overtime pay, and it's incredibly difficult for railway workers. So this is the start of a big protest. As like everyone's like shouting, everyone's like saying, "There's like we will not stand for this. We must, stand against this." We listen to Fernandez G, Fernandez Sir, as they're like all these like different signs. They're like putting up in multiple languages as this like process is going on. As you're kind of like looking and just trying to see, they're all like shouting for somebody, like this George Fernandez person to like stand up, who's like kind of started. You can't see him anywhere. There's like an image of him. You know where he is? He's like an elderly man who's like in his an elderly man, about 40s or 50s, some kind of stately, some kind of like leader of this revolt, but he's not there. And like people are getting angry and anxious that he's not there as like this is going on, until you see someone step forward onto the there's like a plinth that's set up like for them. Like the police aren't present. There doesn't seem like there's much police, but there are like rail workers and like like rail owners who are like trying to like use private security to kind of like stop this, but they're not really able to stop it. Where is everyone? Like, what is everyone? Like, you're looking at the sign, but is anyone doing anything while this is going on?
So DC, I'll be with
sorry,
DC
go
and be
ahead.
like,
Yeah.
sorry. So DC, so Pennybuck says that guy, that old man, is going to be one of the heads.
I'll take you.
George Fernandez
20
could not be. I know what he stands for. He stands for the rights of the workers.
When Alicia's saying that, would I be able to do like a gut check? Like what like it's my gut instinct feeling of everything that's going on?
So Alicia knows George
that's-
Fernandez like academically. Like
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
activist
academic. You've never
circles.
met him, but you know he's an activist.
Yeah.
You know he's
No,
like,
no,
even
of
at this
him.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
Exactly.
trust Alicia's like opinion.
Yeah.
But at the same time, everything around me is saying something is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
yeah.
what I was
yeah.
hinting towards
Alicia,
why I put that bet forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alicia knows he's the president of the All India Railways Federation, the union that's in charge of this. But if you want to do a gut check, then what would this be? You tell me what approach you think a gut check
Make
would be.
a D&D sheet and just roll it. So
You clever makes
clever.
sense.
I think
for
clever or
this,
careful.
no?
I think.
Clever would be there.
I think careful is like waiting.
Yeah, I'm
is,
like I'm assessing.
I think clever.
It's a weird one. It's very because both of them.
Your gut check is. Yeah, I think careful is close enough.
I got
Minus
mine.
Careful
one.
clever makes sense to me.
So
I'm
you
too
said
busy.
this was the 11th of May?
Yeah, 11th
this
of
is
May.
okay. My
It's
meta
just
knowledge
getting
of the railway strikes is coming into play. Like that's the thing. So I'm
Perfect.
I
I'm
wanted
just
to-
wondering
This is
like how
excellent. I'm using
anxious
that.
the crowd is.
Yeah.
Like they got started. They wanted this is like the strike didn't just happen randomly because it takes time to organize one. So they're here, they're ready to get going. The strike is going on. -1. You're like trying to think what's going on, and you're just this intense sense there's something wrong. Like there's something wrong going on here. You don't know if who this George person is, this Fernandez, but he seems maybe he's Dodge, maybe this is Dodge, maybe something's wrong. It's just this something bad's happening, something's not going on, something as you're trying to like figure out what's going on, the crowd kind of is moving, it's getting jostled, something's happening on stage. This little like plinth that's kind of set up, and you're separated from Otto. Otto, you've lost sight of Otto. He's kind of like even though you were like getting close, you kind of lost sight of him. It's like you're wondering what's going on. Otto, as you're like wondering what happened, you and like other people you're close to the front, and you can see who gets up on the front. You see a young man. He's got his like hair done up very nicely. He's got his like suit. He's got like a suit on as he's just what's it called? Anyway, he's just like a suit with no tie. He looks like he's walked up with the union members, and he's just like he's standing there. This figure is there. He's just like, hello, my brothers in the cause. I have come here with words from George Fernandez. Unfortunately, because of actions beyond, we will have to be caught. The strike will be delayed as these processes going on. And he speaks eloquently, and he's going on, and he's talking to them. But Dhruv, Otto, as you're looking at him, there's something wrong. Not what he's saying, but of who's saying this. As you look at the person who's there, that's your brother. What is his name?
Bhuvana?
What does he look like?
What
does he look like normally?
He's a little replica of me.
Yeah.
He has more hair and it's tied up. And if there was a more charismatic version of myself, it would be him.
Yeah. So as you're like looking at that stand, the rest of you, it looks like Otto has got up on stage and changed his outfit and grown his hair.
Yeah, that's what you see. You see me like doing a dress change out of nowhere. So.
Yeah. And
I would, seeing them get up on stage, I would just instantly see like knowing how fast auto changes. I'm rushing to the stage.
Yeah, there's like people in the front as you're getting closer. What's the rest of you doing?
Can I see Otto anywhere near me?
You could see the guy looks like Otto on stage. Otherwise, give me a clever or careful check, or quick. Hold on.
Too clever.
I'm going to scream out his name.
It's a 2.
Bhuvana! It's me, Bhuvana! Can you see me? Bhuvana?
Yeah.
Could I hear Otto saying the name?
Yeah, you've made it a little bit to the front. You haven't burst through, but you can hear.
When I'm hearing
Otto,
that, I would be...
Oh, by the way, I say Bhuvan in short form. His name is Bhuvaneshwar. Sorry about that, but yeah, I call it
of
short.
course.
Of course, come on. Think about
I would
it.
be very much in like shock and surprise in a moment seeing this, and then I would be calling to Otto from both the stage and over there. And
I'm hearing deaf to that. My focus is on reaching out to him.
Yeah. What did you get on your check?
I got 2.
Do you want to invoke anything?
I think like I do have my aspect that I vibe with like Dhruv about like stuff, so maybe I want to invoke that aspect.
All right, spend a fate point. With that, you spend a fate point. You look at him. You notice something as he like turns his head. Like there's like subtle difference. You spend a lot of time chatting with him. This person, much like more charming than Otto. I mean, Otto's a charming person, but this one is like trained eloquence, trained speaking. They're very careful. But you also know that you can hear Otto, and that voice is much more recognizable. As he turns his head, just for a moment, on his neck, you see what looks like a leaf with 3 dots on it, just like on here of this neck, and then it's like gone. But you see that on this person on the stage, as he's like looking at Kat, and then he looks over towards where you can see Otto, and he like makes a motion.
I'm going to break.
I don't know.
I'm trying to break through the crowd and jump over just to reach out to him.
I'm just using my premonition to look across the crowd around the stage at anything out of place or suspicious. Either that's something that's about to hurt Otto or anything that's about to go wrong, basically.
Great. Perfect. Give me this careful. I think is probably the right word for this. Add a +2 because you're using your prophetic abilities.
With the +2, it'll be a 5.
You look and you can like see an image. of you see sort of like an overlay of like Otto run forward. He goes up to this person who looks a lot like him, and he gets off the stage, like brings him forward. So there's like this surprise, there's this hug, and he like brings him over, and you can kind of like see he's taking the images, he's taking him somewhere, and there's just like a group of people who follows along, and like each of these people, you can sort of like see an overlay, sort of like X-ray of their, they have got blades at their side, like short, like long knives at their side as they are like approaching and coming forward, and sort of like as they're like following him in there into this like secret area, and it's clear what they intend to do. They intend to do with Otto.
I want to circle the crowd. Like I'm not running towards Otto or the
Yeah.
center. I want to circle the crowd to stand in a place where I can basically cut them off, like
I have
as
a question.
between the place and the like crowd.
Was this premonition of something that was happening right now that hasn't
Future.
happened yet?
It's a future thing. It's a future with X-ray. So it's like he
And
sees about a minute. He's about 80 seconds in the future.
Okay, but like, so if I'm assuming Rajiv is like right next to me, I'm going to, as soon as
I'm signaling
like,
to you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like just turn and say like, Rajiv uncle, that guy who looks like Dhruv, that's one of the heads.
Yeah,
When-
Drov's gonna be in a lot of trouble right now. We need to get there. And I point to the entrance to the secret spot, basically, where they're gonna eventually lead him. I'm just gonna start
When-
moving there.
While I see Otto, like while this is happening, I'm seeing Otto climb the railing. I would rush over as well and almost climb with him and try helping him up as well as I'm doing that. if I
Yeah.
can.
There's like people confused at the front, like why is this going on? And you can see Bhuvaneshwar is just like saying, let him through. Let me speak to him. Of course, I need to speak to. Let me speak. And he like gets off the plinth away from like the microphone that had been set up, and he comes over to you, and he just like, as you're coming forward, like, looks by. He says like, Bhuvabai? I'm not going to try. He says your full name with bye, but I'm not going to attempt that because he can say it right.
It's Anna because Anna. So Anna.
Yeah,
so,
Anna.
yeah.
Anna.
Yeah,
He says Anna. Correct. Yes.
I thought you were dead. Why?
You were gone. I thought you would. And he brings you into like a tight hug. Come. We need to. It's been so long. Come. This is
Let
not
me
a place to
go.
talk. Come with
And I
me.
catch him by the collar. You know I grieve for you.
We were looking. I was looking for you. I recovered. I wanted to speak, but this is not the time.
People said you
Where did
died.
you go?
People said you died. I grieve for you. Mom and Dad pushed me
People said
out
you died.
in fear of me. Why?
God,
Why did you hide yourself?
But so much I have to tell you. Please come. And he wants you to. He's trying to like bring it up. We need to talk. There's a lot we have to tell you. It's important. Please, Anna.
Ambi, why would you do this? This is not something you need to do, Bhuvna. It's I suffered
Listen.
for most of my life because of what you did.
I am sorry about the suffering, but I am trying to live up to what you said. Be the political leader you want to be. I am part of this union to help people. This is what I am trying to do. Now come. I have so much I want to tell you. So much to apologize for. Please come.
Am I on stage with them as well, or am I with them?
No, he got off the stage and he came up to like the front,
Mm.
and he's got his arm around his parent twin.
When he tries taking him away, I'm gonna grab him by the shoulder and like pull him and by the collar to reveal the marking. But I say, look, wait, hold on.
You don't know the marking.
No, but I'd be wanting to pull him back. But then as I pull him back, I would pull out the collar and then realize, oh shit.
I should. You can pull him back. I'm not going to say you accidentally
no,
reveal the collar. I think that's like a bit
It's a bit too much,
You can like pull him back.
Yeah, I'll pull it back. But
it's a bit too much.
hold on now.
I think like as soon as DC pulls him back, I'm going to like make a barrier like right in front of where both the Dhruvas are, so that, like they can't proceed forward.
Okay, so it's between the brothers or like in front of the brothers, so they can't go forward.
In front of them, like before all the other people who Rajiv said are coming will come.
Okay. Suddenly there's this like glow of energy and this like invisible this invisible barrier appears. Give me because it's like you're in like a crowd. It's not perfect conditions. Make a roll. Make your
I'd
clever
say
or quick
this would
roll.
be quick because
Yeah,
I'm
give me
trying
a
to do
quick
it
roll.
fast enough.
You're trying to do it quickly. Yeah.
That is 2, and I'm using my power, so that's +2.
Yeah, so that's a 4. Yeah, the barrier is in front. And he's like, "Come, butter," and he's just like, you know what the barrier is, so you recognize the barrier, and like he's like, "Who are you? Who is this person? That what? Get go of me! Who are you? Is this a friend? Who is this person you're with, Anna?"
This is my friend. He has nothing to do with this. You still have a lot to explain. I don't want to go anywhere.
But there's something. And he's like, he puts his hand in his face. What? What is this? And he's like force field. And people are getting confused. There's a big crowd
While
of
this
people
is
here.
happening, can I do a thing?
What do you want to do?
I made my way to the front, but seeing that Deepa is kind of like being intentional about Dhruva and like what's happening there, I'm using this time to try and disperse the crowd. So when I'm at the front, I'm looking for whoever would be like my equivalent at the rallies. Like I'm looking for someone who looks like they might be in charge, or at least like one of the people in charge.
Sure. The person who's like your most direct equivalent would be actually Bhuvana. He seems like the most equivalent to you because he was a young person who's kind of taking things.
Okay.
There are like a couple of other people who doesn't seem that close, but they all like kind of like some of them are like turning to like walk towards Otto and in a weird way. But there are like a couple other people. There's also the microphone. No one is watching the microphone and the plinth. So
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the microphone.
Mic.
I'm gonna go up to the microphone and turn on my activist voice. And, George Fernandez would not want you to be hurt today. The government does not want to hear us today, so make your way home to your families, to your wives, to your husbands, to your children, to your friends and lovers, and be safe for tonight, brothers and sisters. We will reconvene and we will make our voices heard. For now, you need to leave so that we are united tomorrow.
I'm watching her back, by the way. I have my gun just like ready in my hand.
Sounds good. You get a +2 to this, Mathan. I'll tell you why later. So make that roll.
Okay. Cool. So
this sounds flashy.
I'm being
Or
flashy. Yeah.
Both. I think this is 100% flashy.
I'm still ignoring about the force field. Since I'm not like, I'll catch again Bhuvana by his collar and like, listen to me. I don't care where you have to go. You gotta tell me now. What took you so long?
It's a long conversation. And like as this is happening, you kind of like sound it out because Alicia's has a booming voice even without a microphone. And like people are turning.
I got it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Because what's it called? The +2 you get is you're doing exactly what he wants. He's already told the crowd to leave, and the crowd is okay. 2 people have said that, so they start turning and they start leaving this place. I say, oh, okay, we'll be back later. Some of them are like leaving. Most taking their signs with them, leaving until there's only just people who are members of the party. Even some of them are like, go. And of course, the 5 individuals that Rajiv knows are armed with their strange blades, as they are basically now kind of like surrounding. They like turn around. You guys aren't leaving, so if you don't want them to know, you're part of this, I'm gonna need like I'm going to need a stealth roll, a sneaky roll from Garima, because Garima is doing invisible.
Also, can we use the communication thing that Token was using?
Yeah,
I want to send a chat to all of them, telling them about those 5 people, and that they're armed and are probably part of the heads, or at least working for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dhruva's refusing to believe that notion that Bhuvana would be part of it.
You got a 0 on the stick. Yeah. they notice you're doing something. There's like a little bit of glow as like 3 of these guys just suddenly just make a beeline for Garima. 2 of them
And
are.
I am
One of them's like staying
following.
nearby. Yeah, they're not being subtle about it. As hey, you know they're here. You know what they're doing, and they approach Garima. We're going into combat because they are going to start. Unless Garima or Alicia. Actually, you know what? Garima, you're kind of like they're coming towards you. Alicia, you're there. Do you want to? I'll let you do something, and depending what you do, combat might start.
Okay. I'm like, I'm just trying to get their attention right now. Like, excuse me, sirs, gentlemen, excuse me. I'm just calling for them. I'm just trying to get their attention.
Sure.
My gun is trained on them.
Oh, so you pulled out your gun?
It's been in my hand. I'm just trained on because I'm near the side, near the secret entrance.
Okay,
thingy.
so you're trying to like stay hidden. That makes sense. Cool. Yeah. I guess you're trying to persuade them. Like, hey guys, let's relax. So give me a flashy roll.
I'm mostly just trying to get them to turn away from Green and pay attention to me in this moment.
Sure. Okay. It's gonna be a bit tricky, but you can try. Give it a go.
Okay. What should I roll?
Flashy roll.
Flash.
Look at me.
Oh, son of a fuck. That's a 0.
They got a.
Sorry,
They got a 3.
Karima.
They're not. They glance back. They're not buying it. In fact, they just like they say like and they just like. But what you've actually done is like one of the 2 stayed behind is noticing you're causing trouble and is actually advancing on you, while the 3 remaining are heading to Grima because heading towards Grima. We are now in popcorn initiative. Who do you want to pass to, Matri?
Grima.
Because things are throwing down. Grima. 3 guys are coming towards you. You have created a force field. You create a force barrier to stop the brothers from going forward. What do you want to do?
God, what? I don't suppose I could just make another barrier in front of me, right? Like,
Sure you can. If you roll poorly, then the first barrier might disappear.
yeah.
But you could definitely try.
I think first I'm going to go in the group chat, the mental group chat, and tell DC to get Throw out of there.
That's fine.
And then I'll try to put a barrier in front of me.
Great. Let's make that roll.
What was
careful look quick, I think.
I think careful.
Oh.
That's
roll.
2+2, I guess.
Yeah. You've created a barrier and they immediately lunge forward, trying to get there quickly. But then suddenly their blades, visible, long, nasty looking things, just stop in the barrier. And it's just it was very close to you, but you managed to hold it back for a moment. As you got a little wall protecting. Who do you pass to?
I'm gonna pass to Rajiv.
Rajiv, you're in the shadows.
I do.
You have a gun.
Second their blades bounce off the barrier, I want to take just a couple of quick rapid shots and just get all of their kneecaps.
Ooh, fantastic. This is you are hidden, so you can't. It could be careful. Could be considered. More likely, it's forceful.
Yeah, it sounds forceful. I would agree. It's fine.
Go for it.
4.
All right, and will they be able to dodge this? They don't know you're there. The decent roll. Yeah, you start firing. 2 of them go straight down. And 2 of them, they hit their kneecap, they go down. Third one, hears the shot and is able to duck out of the way, and your bullets just ricochet off the barrier, not hurting anyone, thankfully. And he's just There's another one, and he's just like pointing off in the distance. Who do you want to pass to? Maitri and Alicia and Grima have gone. Who do you want to pass to? There are there's Otto, his brother, and you have DC and the guys with knives.
I would give it to the guys with knives. I want them to start their turns.
Yeah.
Cool. The guys with knives go. They third one. One of them who was like with had noticed Alicia is just like confused and goes out and just immediately starts like pulls out his knife and goes to try and take down Alicia. And he's gonna try and like slash at him with the knife. Okay. They rolled a 3. How do you want to defend against that, Alicia?
Can I because I'm effectively sort of when I'm charged up kind of a super soldier, so I don't think it's anything more complicated than just being resilient and quicker than they are. So deflecting the knife attacks and having them and sort of being dexterous
Excellent,
in
that
ways
works.
that you didn't even know were possible.
Works for me. Excellent. So sounds quick to me.
Cool.
Yeah.
But, I'm really good at that.
Oh, that's
That's sorry, I accidentally closed my character sheet.
You gonna? That's fine.
It's a 1.
Cool.
Yeah.
They got a. Well, that. Oh yeah, they had a 3. So you're taking a. Unless you spend a fate point, you're taking a 2 stress hit. Which
Okay.
you notice your stress boxes. Yeah. So you mark the second one.
Got it.
Not the first one. You just mark the second one.
Not the first one, the second one.
As it absorbs the hit.
Got it.
Yeah. If at any point you don't have enough stress to absorb the hit, either you're taken out or you take a consequence. Stress disappears at the end of a fight. Consequences stick around until you heal them or deal with them.
Okay.
So it goes in. It's a nasty, like a very light slash as you kind of like duck out of the way. You are like, if you were not superhuman, that could have killed you.
Yeah.
But it was like, this guy's good with a knife. Next up, none of these guys. They like turn around and they notice someone has a gun, and they immediately like grab Otto's twin. I said, "Sir, we need to go now. They're soldiers." And he starts like pulling him away from you, pulling whips. And this isn't good. And he moves to make a break for it while giving cover to Otto's brother. That's what he's doing. He's like preemptively defending. And then there's one guy at the barrier who's trying to get to Garima. So he's going to try and attack. How he does. Roll to defend, Garima.
Okay.
Actually, you don't need to defend because you have your barrier up. He's trying to break through the barrier. He's not strong enough. He needed to overcome that barrier, and he couldn't do it. He needed to get a 3 or higher. He got a 1. So, and it's very ineffectual. And he even blunts his knife, and he's like, "Shit!" And he starts to run, as well, as he sees everyone else is running. Next up, we go to the boss man. You see, he looks at you. Bhuvaneshwar looks at Otto and he says, "I wanted to talk. If you want to find the answers, I have many things to say. Come with me." And then he just follow me, and then he just starts running with this guy who's like protecting him, going at high speeds while trying to like keep himself covered because there's a shooter on the loose. He dashes pretty far. Next up, not faster than a super speedster, but pretty far for a normal guy. He's going to pass to his brother, Otto.
Can I survey the area first, if it's okay?
Yes, you can. Give me a clever or careful roll, or if you're doing like literally super speeding around to look around, that'd be a quick roll. But I don't think you're doing that.
I'm just doing just to understand quickly, to understand what is the situation that's happening around me, because there's a lot of chaos. I just want to know whether it's coming from him.
Sure.
So, does it
Sure.
come clever or does it come quick?
Just like a surface level would be quick. Till I get an actual thorough understanding of what's going on, that would be clever. Quick would be just like, what does it look at a quick glance?
No,
the
I'm
superficial
hesitating. So, which is so I'll go with clever.
Clever or
So-
careful are fine. Go for it.
That is a 1.
Okay, with a 1, it looks like it looks like Rajiv has started firing. A barrier has been cast by one of your friends, just stopping you from moving. And most of the people have left, but like in this rail yard, because you're right next to like where some unattended trains are, your brother is being dragged away by like some kind of like cover by this guy who's kind of protecting him. One of them was trying to like is running away from Garima. You didn't see him like fight Garima. That wasn't a very high roll. As they're just like, many people seem to be going away, and it looks like your friends have kind of like. You do notice Alicia seems to be fighting one of them who has a knife, and you don't know who started it. You know, Alicia was like calling it, but you don't know who started that fight. You notice that they are armed with a knife, but also this was a riot, so maybe it's normal they have a weapon. You're not sure. Maybe it's unusual that they'd have that weapon. But as far as on an initial look, it doesn't look like your brother started a fight. It looks like your brother was reacting to your friends throwing around their powers. So, what do you want to do?
This is a dilemma that caused the same mistake that happened before. So, Drew was going to be hesitant on this, and I'm going to give up my initiative to anyone.
Yeah. All right. Great. The only person left is DC.
DC.
So DC gets it. You get a fate point because your hesitation is based on like your pain of seeing your brother, so that's absolutely fine. DC, end of the round. What do you want to do?
Where is Otto in this? Like, cause my
Otto's right
initial
next to you.
thought- Yeah, I would pull him away, and I would take
Yeah.
us as far away as we can be from danger in this situation.
Well,
I say
yeah.
we have to go, Otto. And
You
He's
let
my
yourself be
brother.
pulled?
It's my brother.
I don't. Something's wrong. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but there is something very wrong. We have to go.
But he's my brother. I don't know. I don't know what to do. He's my brother.
In his hesitation, would I be able to use my lightning powers to pull him away?
I mean, you
And,
could
like,
pick
go
him.
with
Your
speed.
lightning power doesn't make you stronger, but you can just
It's more so just
pick
move
him
as
up and
fast as we
go.
can. Yeah, take him away as fast as
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can.
sure. Yeah, that would be forceful or quick, I think. So your call.
Yeah, I'd be forceful.
I don't think your
Yeah.
powers would help you here because they might hurt him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you resisting?
It
Sort
doesn't
of.
matter.
So
Okay.
I would be resisting a bit. But I've
Yeah.
gone
So you
forceful.
roll. Yeah, roll with forceful. So let's see who gets higher.
I got -1. They don't matter.
They're rolling for shit right now.
Yeah,
What
mine
is
are
going
awful.
on?
Oh
And
goodness!
also,
Hey, I rolled a
-2.
4.
Even
Dude.
worse.
You're-
Even worse.
you're both confused, pathetic sight, but you managed to drag him away
Yeah.
from like the
It's
danger. You
weird.
managed to like, get him
Like,
like
it's-
behind the
We're both kind
barrier.
of shook. I'm
Yeah.
I'm feeling hurt watching him in this pain. So I am also just a shock. I don't want him to actually, but my instincts are saying no.
The drunk friend telling the drunker friend, "Dude, you've had too much. It's enough. It's enough."
This is what it
Had to,
Just for the
who do you pass?
yeah, just for the chat to understand. He rolled -1 and I rolled a -2, so that's where we are.
Yeah.
Wow. It's the start of a new round. DC, who do you want to pass to?
I would pass to Rajiv.
Rajiv. You see this guy who looks like Otto is being protected and led away by another one of these guys with knives. He hasn't pulled his knife out, but you saw the vision. You know he had a knife, and they're going in a different direction away from this. They're trying to like avoid you, and they're trying to like get away like behind the train. They're trying to like get somewhere where you're not shooting at them.
Bold of them to assume I can't shoot at them from there. I will again yell out and tell them, tell everyone else to like kind of
make sure they don't get away, but also sending the message to DC that make sure Otto is calm. And
I reply
I
back
will
with a
kneecap them again.
My
Okay, so you're
connection
gonna.
would be hazy. My connection would
Yeah.
be hazy with the team because of
Sure.
what's happening. So.
Sure. You want to kneecap the guy who's protecting Otto's brother, or do you want to kneecap Otto's brother? Or do you want to kneecap the guy who's trying to hurt Alicia, or the one who's trying to the one who's hurting Garima's running?
Yeah.
So you can
The
which is your
one
target?
who's hurting Alicia's gonna lose, it's fine. So I would kneecap the guy protecting Otto's brother.
I don't know, man. I've been rolling
Sure,
like
makes
shit.
The forceful again, I would assume.
Let's see what he does. Forceful, yeah.
Two.
Nice.
So a total of 2. Okay. Yeah. He got it. Yeah. So this guy, you shoot it, and it just like goes in, and like you shoot it, and it like hits. You see it resoundingly hit his kneecap. Then you hear a clink, something hard, and the bullet just ricochets off. And you're looking at his pants, and you see the long flowing trousers, open pants. He's not wearing knee pads. He's not wearing anything. His skin was hard, and you can like see there's like a hole in the pants. It just like hit off his knee, and it went off. And you can see this guy is like growling at you as you realize this guy is like a little glint in like the sun, and you get a vibe. Like again, so there's like vision. This guy is tougher than a normal human. This guy is tougher than a normal human being.
All right. I will pass that info along and pass my turn then. I guess I'm also running towards them while this is happening.
Oh, you're
Like, I
shooting
took the
and
shot
you're
and I'm
getting
trying to like close
Okay,
the
yeah.
gap.
You're a little bit. Yeah, sure. You're about
Yeah.
to move action away from them because they took 2 to like run, so that's fine. You don't have your cover
Yeah,
anymore
that's
because you're
fine.
chasing after them. But yeah. So who do you want to pass to?
I pass to Alicia. Get her out of the jam.
Chirag, I'm sorry, but can you just describe the scene in front of me once again?
Oh, there was one guy who was fighting Garima who's like running in a different direction. There are these two, Otto and his bodyguard, Otto's brother and his bodyguard, who are just like running off a different direction. Who's like trying to escape into the trains. Who's being
Right.
chased by Rajiv. There's one guy who's trying to slash at you with a knife and successfully got a shallow cut on you.
Sure.
Besides that, Rajiv, DC is trying to comfort and drag away in a different direction Otto, and Garima is protected by the power of their barrier because she's a badass.
Okay, sweet. So I am actually gonna
You're the only one in
turn
immediate
around.
danger.
Right. I'm gonna turn and start sprinting towards the bodyguard and make that guy chase me, hopefully. And
Sure.
I'm gonna get to the bodyguard. I'm trying to like tackle the bodyguard, and like take him down.
You're taking advantage of the fact there's no attack
Yeah.
opportunities in Fate.
Yeah.
I see. Go for it. Sounds forceful to me.
Okay, don't roll like shit. 6! Oh, fucking finally! Fuck. Okay. That's a 6.
Okay. At a -1, 1, 3. You got a 6.
I got a 6.
Yeah, he had a 3, and you just like totally. This guy is big. This guy's tough, but you're tougher, and you just like tackle this guy, flying to the ground, like landing into the side of a train. There's like an imprint into as you both you just like smacked into this train rolling down. You're on top. You've got him grappled down, and you're like normally if you smack someone into a train, they'd be unconscious if they were lucky or in intense pain. This guy isn't that, but you do have the control of a grapple. This guy is stronger than normal. And he like glares you.
It's an
His eyes are he blink, but they blink this way like a cat.
Oh, crazy. Okay, cool.
So yeah, you've got this guy. Yeah, you got this guy like pinned down. No one's watching the. But who do you want to pass to?
I'm gonna give it to Grima.
Okay,
Oh,
so like,
actually, I'm so sorry. Can I rescind? Or I mean, no. You know what? No, I already said it. Grima.
no, it's fine. Like, I don't mind.
No. I already said it. It's cheesy for me to go back.
Okay,
Grima.
have I noticed like this, like the metal stuff and the guys being more powerful?
Well, you notice the guy got slammed into a train and still fighting, so there's definitely something unusual about this guy. The other guys who were like at your feet, who had their knees shot out, they don't seem super strong or anything unusual about them. They are crying because their knees got shot out. And there's the one guy who ran away. You don't know if he's powerful or not, but he's running he's running really scared of the gun. But yeah, besides that one guy, you don't know if anyone else is unusual. You don't even know if Otto's brother is unusual.
Oh. Right. The bodyguard is the one who was slammed into the train.
Yes, correct.
I think in that case, since there's no immediate threats around me, I'm going to go towards DC and Otto.
Yeah, that's fine. They're being pulled away, but yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah, they're not in immediate danger, so you can get to them, no problem.
I'm just gonna get to them and just be at the ready next to them.
Okay. Like ready to offer emotional support or ready to offer like a barrier if something comes out of it?
Ready to offer a barrier.
Okay then. Who do you want to pass to?
I want to pass to the twin brother person.
Okay. He sees that this is happening. He sees that this is going on, and he says like, "Oh, this is not good." And he looks straight at you, Otto, and he says like, "What have you yourself in? Where have you? What have you?
What have you done, brother? What is this?
I'm going to change. I'm going to change India. I'm not going to run away. I'm not going to run away from it. But I have work to do. I'll see you soon." And like he just like bends down, like full like knees go bend down, and then but as you notice his knees go bend down, his knees go backwards instead of forward. They're just like going down, and then like a sphinx, high speeds out it jumps incredibly high
No,
speeds out of leaping over.
You
a
see
building.
Dhruva
And,
screaming out in anguish
yeah.
because of that.
Definitely. Yeah. I'll offer you, because you're the only one, I'll offer basically a fate point to the I give a fate point to the party. If you don't, actually, no, I don't care. If you guys want to chase after him, you can chase after him. As he's going away, he's fighting. And then you can like see this guy, he passes after fleeing from the scene. He passes straight over to the one wrestling Alicia. And that guy, and he says like, go. And he says like, pushed. He's like, think you're strong. Never stand against us. And you can see on his forehead, like this leaf appears with 3 dots, and they start to glow. And his body just like grows like whiskers and fur, and they just start growing and extend and shifting. And he suddenly goes bigger and bigger. And you are not wrestling a man anymore. You are wrestling a creature that is half tiger, half man. And he just like stands up and lifts you up there. And he says like, you will be destroyed. And he starts pulling and letting out a horrifying roar. And that is where we are ending this episode of Blades of the Yanta.
It's not an android, it's a tiger.
It's an animal.
Thank you, everybody, for watching this episode of Blades of the Yanta, episode 3, the penultimate episode. And I forgot to do something, and I have a conversation with someone later, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. That is. It's like I could do it now. Or we can figure it out. Okay, you know what? It's fine. Thank you everyone for watching. I will see everyone next week. I need to have a conversation, but everyone, see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Ray.
Bye.
Bye.